It's on, and it's on. What's good, everybody? This is Dre all day. Coming to y'all live from Nashville. Today was day 2 of a 4-day conference, Funnel Hacking Live. Great day. As I told you, I'm documenting what takes place here, so I ain't going to take too long to wait for whoever to come in. But as you come in, tell me your name and location. We're going to get into it while things are fresh on my mind. I'm going to talk about it. We're going to get it all, like I said, on video, documented. And I'll probably put all these together when this whole event is over and just make one video out of it. We'll see. We'll see. But anyways, y'all come in, tell me your name and location. This is Dre all day, checking in from Nashville. Hometown is Miami, where I'm from. It's Philadelphia, PA. For those of y'all who don't know, this is Work on Your Game TV. You are watching. I'm in downtown Nashville right now. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be speaking at a conference called the National Pavement Expo. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be speaking at, and you already know what I'm going to do with that. We ain't got to talk about that. And that's just a movie that we've seen before. But anyway, today, second day of the Funnel Hacking Live conference. We went from 9 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock at night was basically how it went. Oh, what up, Colin? Checking in from Nashville, from Brooklyn. So this is a 12-hour day of this event, and I came here with the purpose of just learning. I came here not expecting, I knew I wasn't giving no type of presentation. People didn't know me in this space, in this industry, so I'm coming in just trying to learn, take in as much as I can, take pages and pages of notes, meet some new people, maybe, and that's exactly what has taken place. So I came here today. I can't remember all the people who presented. There's so many, but I took notes on everything, so I'll remember it when I get a chance to review my notes and what I learned and implement the stuff that I got from it. There were some surprise speakers. Frank Kern, who's like a famous marketing guy. Oh, he caught the interview with Monique. Yeah, shout out to Monique. Frank is a famous marketing guy, so everybody in the marketing space knows him. So he popped up. Like if him popping up is like, you know, like Michael Jordan popping up at a basketball conference, and people didn't know he was coming. So he came in, gave like a 20, 30-minute presentation. Several other people did presentations. Russell Brunson did a couple of his own. And listen, none of us would come to this conference if we didn't mess with Russell. So Russell came in there and did his thing. So shout out to Russell for over-delivering at a high level. Again, they gave us a couple free T-shirt for having the highest level, the highest possible of the ClickFunnels software, which I already had. So they gave me the free T-shirt because I already got it. What else they had? They went over some new improvements to the software that they have at ClickFunnels, which is excellent stuff that people have been asking for years. They finally got it, so I'm really happy that they made those upgrades, and they're always working on making it better. So this is another reason why I mess with ClickFunnels and Russell and Todd Dickerson and those cats, because they're always making their product better. They didn't just make a product and say, all right, it's good, just use it. They keep making it better, and they're listening. It sounds like they're listening to what people are asking for. So that happened. Then I had reconnected with Monique, who Monique had been following me from my videos on YouTube years back, probably like 5-6 years ago. And she had a background in basketball, but she's an entrepreneur. She does a lot of her business through live video. So she sent me a DM the other day when I was walking through the lobby at a conference. She said, yo, Dre, are you at the Funnel Hacking Conference? I said, yeah, I am. And I didn't know her. And then she hit me back and said, yo, I'd love to interview you. Then we connected today. And she was like, yeah, I used to watch you on YouTube like 5 years ago, and I love your stuff. But she said I reminded her of some people that she liked to listen to. So I did an hour. You saw that on my story. I told you about how I was interviewing with Monique. So we did that interview. That was like an hour long for her channel. Then she introduced me to like 4, 5, 6, a whole bunch of people. She knew a lot of people that I didn't know. Like I said, I came to this conference. I didn't know anybody who was going to be here that said, yo, I'm going to be there, Dre. I'll meet up with you. Nobody. So I came here, 5,000 people. I did not know ahead of time anybody that was going to be here. And I didn't think anybody would know me. I thought maybe it might be a stray basketball player walking around that might know me. But I haven't seen any yet, like, unless you want to count Monique. But she knew me from when she saw me on YouTube. It wasn't a basketball video. It was a business video or mindset type stuff that y'all know I talk about, the work on your game stuff for the mental side. And after that interview with her, she introduced me to like 2 or 3 other people, and they knew other people. It was a bunch of people from Philly, actually, where I'm originally from. So I met several people from Philly who were at this conference, which surprised me, and a bunch of black and brown individuals, black people, a lot of men. There's a few women, but a lot of men who are entrepreneurs doing their thing, online marketing. Stuff that I really didn't expect to see. I didn't expect to meet them. I didn't expect that. I didn't even know that there was people out there doing that stuff who look like us. People from from Philly who've been wherever they're from, going through the lives that they're living, but getting into this online marketing space. So one of the things that I showed y'all earlier was the guy I was sitting next to in the morning session. He wasn't black. He was a white dude, but what he does is help people sell high ticket products. So if you're selling something that costs 30 grand or more, he's a dude who helps you sell it. And then there was a dude to my right. I don't even know what he sells, but he was sitting there yesterday. So we was all sitting next to each other. And then in later sessions, I was in a different space. But then I met a couple of these black dudes that's doing their marketing thing. A couple of them is getting awards for the amount of sales that they've created using the ClickFunnels software. So they're doing their things. Then at night, and there's a bunch of stuff that happened in the middle. I'll think of it as I'm talking. But at night, they had the hackathon, which is where you can sit down with people who are experts at creating sales funnels and sales pages, and you can bring your computer, and they'll help you actually build those pages, and not help you, but walk you through building those pages and putting your funnels together and your email sequences and all that stuff. So they had the hackathon, and at the same time that was going on, they had the round tables. So at the round tables, they take this big ballroom with no seats in it. Actually, it has seats. A big ballroom, empty ballroom. They put a whole bunch of round tables there and chairs around it. And then at each one of these tables, it was 34 tables, 33 or 34 tables. And at each table, there's one specific person who has achieved a certain level of success in selling online in a certain area. And each one of those people, they basically hold an open Q&A. So anybody could come to the table, sit down or stand up, ask that person a question. That person just answers questions for 2 hours straight, just doing a live Q&A. So basically, I didn't have any one specific person that I needed to go to or any specific area that I needed to learn about, at least not in that particular, not in that form, not in that way, that format. So I walked around and I listened to a little bit of every single one of those. I went to all 33 tables and listened to each person at least for a little while, just to see a couple things. Number one, what kind of questions they were being asked. Number two, how they answered questions, what they were talking about, what their strategies sounded like, and just to see what kind of questions people were asking them, because you can only answer what people ask. So it actually reminded me a lot of the Q&As that I've done online over the years, that people just ask these questions and you find yourself, I'm sure all those people would agree, answering the same questions over and over again, year after year. So I was just listening to them answer questions, seeing what some people were talking about. And some of them had more people than others. Some people only had 5 or 6 people at their table, but other people, like Steven Larson, this guy named Peng Jun, this Asian guy, who I think he got known playing video games when he was a kid, and now looks like an adult now, doing his thing. And there was a few other people who are more, quote unquote, famous through internet. They're famous in the internet marketing space. They had tons of people. Steven Larson had like 50 people around his table. He was standing on a chair answering questions. And one of the things with the round tables, because it's all these tables and everybody's talking at the same time, even though it's a big space, sometimes it's hard to hear them. And some of these people talk so their voice is not loud enough, you couldn't really hear what they were saying when people were asking them questions. So I couldn't really get anything from a bunch of the people because they weren't talking loud enough. So that's something that, I don't know, they're going to have to figure that out in the future. Right? You got to be either talk loud or have somebody else do the round table if you're going to do round tables, because you can't hear nothing you're saying. And like I said, I just bounced around to different tables just to hear what each person was saying, how they were answering the questions. But again, it felt like something that I've done a million times before. So I'm looking forward to doing that one day. And what else? They gave us food. So they had a dinner buffet inside of the round table's room. So everybody could eat there. So you didn't have to, because lunch again was crazy. But I ordered my Grubhub. That shit was still $30 with the delivery. But it was fine. I expected that already. What else happened here today? Man, it was just a lot of information, a lot of speakers, met a lot of thorough individuals. I see that this game is so big, and this is something that I've been telling y'all. I made a video about this, that a lot of people think the only way you can make it, quote unquote, make it in life is you got to hit this talent lottery of being an athlete or being some type of musician, or nowadays people want to be influencers or you want to play video games. Listen, you can make it just by following strategies and structures and systems that people have already created and put in place, such as online marketing and sales funnels. And I met a lot of people who were just making their money through online marketing. You don't have to be talented to make money through online marketing. You don't have to have six-pack abs. You ain't got to have a 40-inch vertical. You don't have to, no, you ain't got to have a nice body. You ain't got to be pretty. You don't have to be talented at creating anything. All you got to do is learn some systems, learn some processes, and just follow them consistently. And you can get what you want to get. I think most people, the basic thing most people want is money. You can make that. You can make money if you learn how to market and sell. And it's as simple as that. And marketing and selling is not something that's based on talent. It's based on proven strategies and systems that people have already figured out. They're teaching it, and that's why people come to conferences like this. Here's the other thing. And I talked to several of the black guys that I've met and women that I've met and spoken to at this conference. I brought this up when we're in the midst of our conversations, is that at events like this, you don't see too many people who look like us. Like at this conference is 5,000 people. You got maybe 100 black people at this whole conference. At the whole conference, 100 out of 5,000 people. And the reason that is, now, of course, black people ain't like the majority population here, but still, we are still underrepresented at events like this simply because we don't make it cool. And the people that I brought this up to, they've all said the same thing. We don't make it cool to come to a conference and pay thousands of dollars or $1,000, even hundreds of dollars to go to an event and get knowledge where you're not getting, you don't walk out and get handed a check. So you pay money to come to a conference like this, and that money you paid that money. That's an investment. But a lot of people look at it as an expense. Like, oh man, I just had to give up X a number of dollars, whatever it costs to go to the event, and then you got to pay for the hotel, you got to pay for your food, you got to pay for the flight, and you're like, damn, and the money that you're not making because you're not running your business right now because you're away, you're like, and a lot of people look at that as not worth it, like it's not worth the price. But y'all got to understand that this is an investment, and the investment is not just in the information and the knowledge that you get, but also in the people that you meet. Because when you're at an event where everybody has paid money to be there, that means you're surrounded by a whole bunch of people who pay money to be where they at. So what kind of people you think you're going to meet? I mean, you know the law of association, right? You become the average of the people you spend the most time with. And it's not 5 people. It could be 5,000 people. If you spend your time with 5,000 people, you're going to be like those 5,000. You spend your time with 2 people, you're going to be like those 2 people. But if you continually invest in yourself and go to events where people have to invest in themselves to get in the room, then that means you're surrounding yourself with people who invest in themselves to get in the room. So what kind of effect do you think that's going to have on you, on your life, if those are the type of associations that you're making in your life? So those are the kind of things that is not looked at as cool in our communities. It's things that we're not taught. It's not modeled to us. All we hear is the athletes, the rappers, and it used to be the hustlers. The hustling game is pretty much over nowadays because now we got phones and people telling on themselves. So any of y'all thinking about going into hustling, don't do it. All right, you're going to get told on or you're going to tell on yourself. One or the other, don't do it. But anyway, the things that we need to be doing these days is investing in ourselves, going to events like this, seeing it as cool. And we just need to see more examples of people doing it. And the great thing, one of the best things that happened today was, shout out to Monique, because she's the one who started introducing me to people because she knows people. She was like, yo, I got to introduce you to him. Oh, yeah, you need to meet this dude. You need to meet this dude. And those are the kind of things that happen when you go to events like this. You meet somebody and they know somebody and they know somebody and they know somebody. And you never know. It might be 10 connections down the line. You meet somebody and that could be something that does so much for you, for your life, your business, or you could do so much for the person you met 3 connections down the line. But you got to be in the room. Like if I hadn't come to this conference, none of this stuff that I'm talking about, I mean, much of it I've talked about before, but it wouldn't have dawned on me for me to talk about it right now, and I wouldn't have met the people that I met, because all the people that I met here at this conference, I've never seen any of these men or women anywhere else in my life. I've never been somewhere and seen these people. It's not like I seen you somewhere, didn't say nothing, then I seen you here. I've never seen these people, and I may never have seen them had we not made this connection here. So this is one of the main reasons why you got to invest in yourself, and you got to go to places where other people are doing the same thing, because you're going to meet a certain level of individual. There's certain types of people who are the people just want to take in the free stuff. So they'll watch your Facebooks and your IG Live and like all your pictures and subscribe to your YouTube and read your emails. But as soon as something costs money, those people, you don't hear from them. It's crickets, because they just don't value investing in themselves. And it's not that people are broke. And some people are broke, but most people ain't broke. I mean, if you watching this right now, that means you got a phone. And a smartphone is $1,000 device. It's a camera, it's a phone, it's a computer, is a tablet, is a laptop, it is a broadcasting station, is a media center, all in one device that fits in your pocket. It's $1,000 device. So if you can afford this and pay the bill every month, then you can afford to go to a conference. It's just a matter of what do you value, what are you doing with your resources, what are you doing with your money, and what are you buying, and are the things that you're spending money on, how many of them are paying you back in the long run, and how many of them are not. And it's something that I was telling a guy, I believe his name was, I got his name in my phone, but I believe it's Tommy, another dude. He's from Jersey. And we were talking about this too, black dude as well. I was explaining to him the concept of time perspective. And he was like, yo, I'm telling you right now, Dre, you tell me this, I'm going to remember it and I'm going to use it. I was like, go ahead and use it. I got it from somebody else. Time perspective is when you do things, are you doing something that's going, how far in the future are you making your decisions? Are you making a decision based on what is going to give you a return tomorrow, or something that's going to give you a return 3 years from now? Are you making an investment that's going to pay you back in the next 5 minutes? For example, like if you're hungry, you could go grab a candy bar from the corner store and that will satisfy your hunger for the next 15 minutes. But the thing is, when you buy that candy bar and you satisfy your hunger for 15 minutes, first of all, you putting all that bad sugar, refined products and chemicals in your body. That's not going to help you in the long run. It's going to mess up your teeth, and you're going to be hungry again in 45 minutes, because you know those are empty calories, what they call that, right? But on the other hand, instead of getting that candy bar, instead you go and get, I don't know, you go eat a meal, or you go eat some vegetables, or you go drink some water and don't eat anything. Is that going to help you more in the long run? The vegetables will help your body in the long run. The water will help you more in the long run, help your digestion. And it won't do all the negative things to you, because you're not putting the junk in your body. But it doesn't give you instant gratification. It doesn't feel as good to drink water as it does to eat a Snickers bar. It doesn't feel as good to eat that box of spinach that I eat every day as it would be to eat a bag of chips. But the thing is, eating the spinach will help me out more over the next 2, 3, 20 years than eating that bag of chips is going to help me. The chips will help me for the next 20 minutes. But when those 20 minutes is up, now I got to pay the bill for eating those chips. And that's what time perspective means. What are you thinking about when you make your decisions? Are you thinking about what am I going to get in the next 5 minutes? Or are you thinking about what am I going to get in the next 5 years? And if you start asking yourself that question, you'll make a completely different set of decisions. You'll make a decision that says, okay, you'll think about this more. It'll be conscious to you. You'll say, all right, if I take this action right here, it is going to feel good right now, but is this going to help me a year from now? Or am I going to be regretting the fact that I made this bad choice? Or you can make a decision that says, well, you know what? This is not going to feel too great right now to do this thing. There's no instant gratification that I get from it, but in the long run, this is going to pay off. So for example, when I bought my ticket to come to this event, and I bought the flight and I bought the hotel, and I knew how much money I was going to have to spend on food, I'm looking at a few $1,000s that I got to invest in going to this event. And I want y'all to understand something. I'm not walking out of here with a bag of money. Nobody's paying me money for coming here. So it's not like I paid all that money for ticket, flight, hotel, food, and whatever else I spend money on. All of that, nobody's giving me that money back. But the people that I meet, the connections that I make, the insights that I get, the ideas that are coming to me from being here and being around these people and listening to the people who are on stage and giving value to people who may ask me something, or going on somebody else's live, or doing this one right here. In the long run, these are going to pay me back 10 times, 100 times what it cost me in dollars to come to an event like this, and all the expenses that are associated with it. And these are the type of things, when I talk about investing in yourself, y'all hear me talk about this all the time. Yes, it's bigger than money, but it's also money. Money is a big part of it. And people really got to get their minds around investing in yourselves. Even athletes say they want to play overseas. I say, all right, you got to go to an exposure camp. Exposure camp costs money. $500 for the event, and another $300 for the hotel, another $300 for your food. And then if you got a job, you ain't making no money because you at the exposure camp, and you might not get a deal off going to the camp. You still going to invest in yourself. But if you don't make that investment, how you going to get on? Those of you who follow sports, a lot of y'all don't even understand. You really think about it. Golfers, tennis players, poker players, bowlers, people who play those individual sports. Do y'all know that when they, like, if you look at the NBA, right, when the Lakers go play a game, or the Knicks or the Sixers play a game, and they got to travel, the Lakers go play the Knicks in New York, and they fly. LeBron James don't have to pay for a flight. You know, he don't have to pay for his food. He don't have to pay for the hotel. The team pays for all that. He don't have to pay nothing to go on that road trip from LA to New York, stay at a 5-star hotel, eat the best foods, have all those trainers, the bus from the hotel to the game. He don't pay for none of that. It's all paid for by the team. But if you're a golfer, for example, and you live in Miami and you go to a golf tournament in Palm Springs, you got to pay for your flight. You got to pay for your hotel. You got to pay your caddy. You got to pay for everything. You pay all that money out of your pocket. And if you don't win no money at that tournament, you just didn't make no money. That was just an investment. You just gotta chalk that up just to a bad day on the golf course. And that happens often enough. That you ain't making no money. What you gonna do? But these are the investments that a golfer has to make, knowing that if they play well enough, they're going to make that money back on the back end. And even when they don't play well and they don't make any money, they see that as information. All right, let me see what I can do to get better. And then the next tournament, I'm going to make some more money. These are the kind of investments that athletes make every single day, especially at the pro level, that people, casual fans, don't really think about. And in the business world, you got to make these investments all the time. You know, these days you got a lot of people doing, Facebook ads. People talk about that. Or you see Instagram, people running ads on Instagram. Just because somebody runs an ad don't mean they're going to make money off it. All right, running an ad means Instagram and Facebook made money, guaranteed. But you making money, maybe. Maybe you'll make money, maybe you won't. But these are the investments that you have to make to find out what's working and what's not working. And when things don't work, you make an investment and it doesn't really pay off. Let's say I went to a conference and it was whack. I was like, this conference is whack as shit. I paid for this ticket. This shit was trash. It wasn't worth the money. That's not a failure. It's not an L. It's data. It's information. Everything that you go through in life is just information. Now, there was a guy, Tom Bilyeu, who does impact theory. Some of y'all probably seen his videos on YouTube. He started Quest Nutrition, those Quest bars. He started that company. I believe he sold it for like $1 billion or something like that, him and his team. But he gave a speech today, and his was more, the stuff he was saying was very much along the lines of stuff that I talk about. He said a lot of things that I've been saying to y'all for years. Not to say that it was anything wrong with his speech, but the thing is, these principles are universal. So you could get 20 different speakers up there. We all going to say some of the same things. We got different stories that led to these beliefs, but the principles are exactly the same. You listen to me talk, you listen to a Tony, you listen to Tom Bilyeu, you listen to a ET, you listen to 50 other people that I don't even know. We're going to have all the same principles. We're going to have different stories, different backgrounds, different ways of saying what we say, but the principles are exactly the same all the time. So this time perspective thing, the investments that you got to make into yourself, these are the things that separate you from everybody else. And when you start doing it, understand that you're going to get around other people who are doing it. You might think you're the only one. I came to this conference like I don't know anybody, but what I found out, though it ain't that many black people at this conference, we are very underrepresented at events like this. The reason is a lot of us don't have this time perspective. A lot of us haven't been taught this whole investing in yourself concept. I wasn't taught it. I had to learn it on my own. But now that I understand it, now it's my responsibility to give it to y'all, whoever you are. You could be older than me, younger than me. You ain't got to be black. But it's just understanding that these are the things that you got to put in if you want to get something out on the back end. And this is all part of the game. This is all part of the business. So that's why I'm sharing this with you. And tomorrow I'll be doing the thing that they paid me for. So I paid to come to the funnel hacking conference, but they're going to pay me for what I'm about to do tomorrow morning. I'm going to perform. So as I talked about a couple of days ago, I posted on my feed, you got to be the humble enough to be the student, to sit in the room, shut up, and listen to people who are doing it that might have some stuff that you don't know. But at the same time, you got to be confident enough and competent enough to step on the stage and be the teacher. So tomorrow, I'm going to be the teacher for about an hour and a half. And then I'm going to go right back to being a student so I can learn. Because if I ain't learning nothing, then I ain't going to have nothing to give y'all. I can't share nothing with you if I ain't got nothing to give. And I get things to give by reading, listening, taking notes, studying, et cetera, et cetera. So that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm doing a little bit of both, but then Saturday, back to being a student. And so it's 2 more days of the funnel hacking conference to come, and that's what it is. So let me see if we got any questions. Any questions or comments, y'all can go ahead and leave them right now. And I'm going to scroll through and see what we got. For those who came in during the middle of this, my name's Dre all day. Some people know me as Dre Baldwin. I'm a former 9-year pro athlete. I teach this philosophy that's called work on your game. This is the pro athlete's mindset applied to business, sports, and life. So I help athletes get their skills up. I help athletes get into the professional ranks. Anyone who wants to transition from, let's say if you're playing a sport and you want to get into building your brand, building your business around your personal message, that's what I do. That's what I've been doing for the last 25 minutes on here. And people who want to apply those mental game tools that you need to be successful in sports, you want to apply them to your everyday life and to your business life, I'm the person you call. If you're looking for any of those things that I just said, I'm the person that you look up. Ain't nobody else to look up. But that's my philosophy. Again, it's called work on your game. I do that through professional speaking, coaching, consulting. I'm the author of 25 books. I've created more original content on the internet than anybody you can name. Now, some people might have more pieces of content because they take the same one and make 30 pieces out of one thing. I've created more original content than anyone in the history of, I will say, let's say in the last 15 years on the internet. I will say that. I've done 4 TED Talks. You can Google me. I'm all over the internet, whatever platform you like. But anyway, I'm going through these comments, see if we got any questions or whatever is going on in here. Yeah, shout out to Monique, who had me on her live today. So shout out to everybody who was watching me from that live. What up to Corey from Pittsburgh, Rashal, Legs, what's good? Well, I try to stay ahead of the game. I got to listen. So I got to listen to other people too, because other people is doing their thing too. So I got to make sure I'm taking in just as much as I'm giving out. Rashal said, what's the best book I read this year? Well, this year just started. Actually, I've been rereading a lot of stuff this year. I don't think I started anything new this year. I've been rereading a lot of my old stuff. Because a book is really good, you should be reading it more than once. Because none of us remembers everything that we read anyway. Molly X8, what's up? Rashal X said, damn, we need this in Tampa. You need what in Tampa? I mean, we got airplanes these days, man. You could go anywhere. Get yourself a flight. What's the most valuable thing that I learned at this event? What I was just telling you about is just the concept of investing in yourself, and that you'll connect with other people who are on the same wavelength. You might think nobody else is, because a lot of times I get messages from people like, well, Dre, I'm about this, but all my friends, they not about it, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do. What you need to do is go to some other places, and I guarantee you'll find some other people who are about the same things you're about. But if you just sit around in the same neighborhood with the same people, standing on the same corner, what do you think's going to happen? You're going to keep running into the same situations. Y'all know what they say, the definition of insanity, right? Porky Love, what's good? Shout out to everybody who came in here during the middle of my stream. Lil Renfro, what's good? I'm in Tennessee for the week. Iatero said, your phone is the money maker. I mean, your mind is the money maker. The phone is just a tool. Because if somebody stole your phone, or you dropped your phone and it broke, that don't mean you don't have ability to make money. Your mind is the money maker. All right, the phone is just a tool that you use. You use your mind to use the tool. All right, if something happens to the phone, you'll be good. If phones go away, people still gonna make money. Before phones came out, smartphones came out, people was making money. All right, so the phone, again, is just an object. All right, don't let the phone own you. You own it. All right, Taro said delayed gratification is the key. Absolutely, that's the time perspective. I talked about that in one of my master classes on my podcast. Some of y'all call it a podcast. Mine is a master class. Most people's show is a podcast. Mine's a master class. Armin said, I'd be scared to spend thousands to try to take the risk of getting actual good learning. Well, you shouldn't be scared. What are you scared of? That you spent some money and now you don't have it? Well, listen, money comes and goes. Money is just a piece of paper. Y'all remember that? Money is just a piece of paper that's printed up. I mean, and a lot of people have an emotional connection to money, whether having it or not having it. The thing is, if you don't invest in yourself, it's guaranteed that you're not going to get to your highest possible level. That's a guarantee. If you do invest in yourself, listen, sometimes you'll make an investment that doesn't pay you back. But if you don't make an investment, I guarantee you will not get paid back. So this is the way you got to look at it. And even if you invest in an event and the event's not that great, you'll still learn something. And I guarantee if you go to an event that's not good and you invested money in it, you will meet other people who also invested in that event. So even if the content of the event is not good, the people will be good. I guarantee you'll meet some good people at any event you go to where you paid to be there. If everybody in the room paid to be there, I guarantee there's some thorough motherfuckers in that room. Guaranteed. Even if the content is complete trash, there will be people in that room that are worth meeting. And if you just meet them, one connection, listen, I can't tell y'all how many times one connection that made me tens of thousands just by me being connected with one person. It don't have to be a whole stage full of amazing speakers. I can meet one person in the fucking lobby, and that one connection could be worth more than everything else that I got at the whole event. So this is the mindset that you got to have. This is the mindset of investing that most people don't have. That's why most people don't do it, and that's why most people are average. Ayataro said, I agree, being around a community of people with the same vision is one of the best, right? Is the best possible investment you can make is getting around other people with the same mindset who are on the same wavelength. The easiest way to do it is to invest your money. The reason why that's the easiest way to do it is because of the comment that somebody said up there that they be scared to invest money and go into an event. Most people think just like that, so they never do it. So therefore, when you invest money to go to an event, you are filtering out the 97% of people who would never do that, and now you're only dealing with the top 3% of individuals. So who you think you're going to meet? If we filter out everybody else and only the top 3% of people are left, what type of people you think you're going to be meeting when you go to a place like that? That's the way that it works. But people got to get their mind around this investment mindset. And when you get your mind around that and you understand it, you start doing it, you're going to start meeting those type of people. You're going to start running into them everywhere you go because of the type of person you are. When you're thinking a certain way, you meet other people who are thinking the way that you think. And you'll filter out the other people who don't think that way. That's just the way that it works in all. That's the way it works in all of life. Let me see if we got any more questions. I'm taking questions right now if anybody got it. Joe Hulu said, I've been missing your podcast. Man, you can't miss my podcast. It comes out every single day. For those of y'all who don't know, that's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud. What's the other ones? Google Play, Stitcher. Anywhere you can get a podcast, look me up. It is called Work on Your Game. Or just look up my name. It's Dre Baldwin, same as my Instagram name. I come out every single day. All right, I'm on episode, we damn near 1,400 episodes every single day since 2016. So again, the only reason I'm able to deliver at that type of level every day with brand new content every day, I don't do reruns, replays. I don't do encore episodes that people be like, well, this episode was so good, let me run it again. Only reason they do that because they ain't got no new material, so they put that out to buy themselves some time. I don't do that. I create all new material. Every day is brand new. The reason I'm able to do that, well, first of all, I just got skill of doing that because I work on my game, but also because I take in information. I'm a sponge. When I hear other people sharing things and I hear a really good thing, I'm able to remember that, retain that one little thing, combine it with my own experience, and make a new thing out of it. That's what I do. I wouldn't be here talking to you if I couldn't do that. Like what you just heard on this stream here today. All right, so we wrapping this one up right here. I need to lay down. I'm gonna shower, lay down. I'm giving a speech tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. right across the street from where I'm at right now, downtown Nashville. Then I'm right back at Funnel Hacking Live. I got 2 more days of that conference. I know I'm gonna meet some more thorough individuals, some more people who understand investing in themselves, and who knows what's gonna come from it. That's why you gotta be where it's at. You know, I mean, I done talked about all this shit before. Any of y'all follow me, y'all know I done talked about all this shit so many times before. If you want to get it, you got to go to where it's at. Now, if you want to get money, you got to go to where the money's at. You want to meet girls, you got to go to where the girls be at. You want to do business, you got to go to where the business is at. And if it's not happening where you're at, that means you need to get your ass up from where you at and go somewhere else. We got airplanes these days, we got cars, we got the internet. You ain't got no excuse. All right, so I'm done talking. I need to save my voice for tomorrow morning because they paying me for it and y'all ain't pay for this. So y'all have a great night. Work on your game. Dre all day. We out here.